Well, welcome back to GMID 23. Hi again, everyone. I'm Deborah Gardner, of course, your host at Hospitality Today Live. And I'm so glad you all are joining us. This entire day has been fantastic and so exciting for our special edition of Global Meetings Industry Day. Now, my co-host, Randy Clark with Efficient Health Solutions, and I have been thrilled to introduce you to a variety of top industry leaders while celebrating GMID 23. Now, I've always said, as big as this industry is, it's small. And this is so true because our next guest I've known for years through HSMAI, MPI, and many other organizations. And who am I talking about? Amber Allen, CPCE and president of the National Board of National Association of Catering and Events. She is also the director of food and beverage at the beautiful and one and only Hotel Valley Ho in Scottsdale, Arizona. Amber is a nationally recognized leader in the catering and events industry with a passion of continuing education and helping the community grow and thrive. And now Amber will share with us the insights of catering and events. And I finally get the opportunity to talk with her directly right here on Hospitality Today Live. Amber Allen. Hi, Amber. Thank you so much for being with us.
Hi, Deborah. Thank you so much for having me. It's so great to see you.
Oh, it's great to see you. And thank you so much for celebrating GMID with us here for 2023, because we wouldn't want anyone better to top off the day than you and your fabulous hotel, which we're going to talk about along with NACE as well. But first, let's talk about what GMID means to you.
Definitely. This is such an important day. You know, the events industry brings in so much money to our industries. It creates so many jobs for us. I think in 2022, there was nearly $100 billion in business meeting and events travel spend, and that's huge. And so it's just very important to continue the conversation and get people all excited about travel and meetings.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're talking about celebrating all over the world. I mean, over 35 countries, over 200 events. I mean, it's just huge. And a lot of people don't realize how big our industry is. And at the same time, so many great venues out there as well. And you work in a very special gym in Arizona called Hotel Valley Ho. Tell us about this hotel and what is your favorite event there as well?
I just love Hotel Valley Ho. It's like a family here, and it really starts from the top down. We have so much fun every day, just working hard to make sure that our guests and clients have the best time. We really strive to have amazing events here. And one of my favorites, it's coming up here at the end of April. It's called Tiki Oasis. And Baby Doe and Otto are the two event producers, and they're all about that tiki mid-century modern lifestyle. It was founded upon art and really like architectural preservation. And they do some fun seminars on like tropical tastings, about Trader Vic's. They have a fun ukulele thing, mid-century modern architecture, mid-century modern dances. They have a pop-up art show, vendors. So it just brings such life and energy to our property. And every attendee is just absolutely wonderful. I wish every client could be Like
Wow.
they're so much fun. We have
Well,
so
that sounds like something I definitely would like to go to. It's called Tiki Oasis.
yes, Tiki Oasis.
And can anyone attend?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
And
They have
how do people find information about this to see all the listings of what's going on?
yeah, if they just Google Tiki Oasis Arizona, a whole big website will pop up and they have tickets and but their vendor showcase that they do for 2 days is open to the public. So people just come through the property and wander around and enjoy that tiki lifestyle while they're here.
Oh, fun. And so do people come in their swimsuits and their costumes of, like as if they're in an oasis and get all the foo-foo drinks?
Yes, so many rum drinks and caftans. Oh, I have my little collection of caftans now. It's so
Oh, that sounds like so much fun. Well, I visited your hotel before and it is so unique, so beautiful. And I think I'm going to have to check out this event for sure.
it's fun. Come on over.
I will. I will. Now, you are very active in local chapters as a member, past president of the Phoenix chapter for NSA, and past chair of several chapter leaders council, and as a CPCE. Can you tell us what that actually stands for people that are not familiar with it, and what does that entail?
Yeah, definitely. So CPCE is a certified professional in catering and events, and it's our NACE designation that we have. And what I love about it is it really encompasses all facets of the industry. So you're learning about HR, accounting, beverage management, food production, event design. So you really truly become a really well-rounded person in the events industry. I would say we're not a silo. We're all one big family and we got to help each other out to get through these events. And it just helps to really know a little bit of an understanding on all the different facets.
Yeah, I would think that would be very important for especially anyone new to the industry to thrive for. Because I'm sure, someone within your position as director of food and beverage, it's very important to have those type of certifications so that people know, about the industry then. So you would highly recommend for especially the young generation that's coming into this industry to really keep an eye on that type of certification, right?
Oh, absolutely. I think, the more knowledge you have, the more power you have, and it helps you elevate your career as well. So when I moved in from director of meetings and events into director of food and beverage, I understood how to cost out beverages. I understood how to look at a menu and cost that out for food and look at the accounting side of it, of a P&L and just all the little things that you learn as you go through the industry, but it really helps out.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because I think certifications are proof of the education, and I know you really are an advocate for continuing education, and that makes a lot of sense. Now, as president of National Association for Catering and Events, I know I've had the honor to speak at the national convention before. I mean, what a fun group! Everyone is so not only fun but creative and so open-minded to even new education and networking. It's just a fun conference. Can you tell us what NACE is and what it's all about, and tell us why you are part of it and what is the importance of this organization?
Definitely. So NACE is the National Association for Catering and Events, and it's definitely been a passion of mine. I started in 2009. A good friend of mine actually pulled me along and said, "You have to come and you have to join and you have to start networking." And I was very young in the industry, and it's one of the best decisions that I ever made. I have gotten most of my jobs or referrals for jobs through NACE and through connections through NACE. It's been very important for me to see people across the country that I can call friends and I can reach out to when I'm having challenges or struggles. They really are able to help me work through problems. And it's fun to see what's happening in other parts of the country and what meetings that they do and what education is important to them. And on the national board, what's really important to us is making sure that our chapters are strong and thriving and that we're supporting our members. And we're finding ways to keep enticing people to come into NACE and join the chapters and really get that education that can really help them in the long run with their businesses. We have a lot of small businesses. We have people from every facet of the industry that are a part of NACE. So it's looking at how do we help everyone as a whole continue to strive and thrive to get better.
Well, and you brought up a very good point, dealing with challenges and struggles. Can you, from your, presidential platform, what kind of challenges and struggles are out there that people are dealing with, especially for the small businesses?
Oh gosh, I feel like there's a lot right now. We've just still come out of the pandemic, and as much as we want to say life is back to normal, it's a new normal almost. We're still working towards, okay, how do we balance everything? How do we balance the work? How do we balance employees and gaining employees, and really looking for that balance for them? So many people came out of the pandemic like, I really want more balance in my life. I had a little bit of a taste of being at home for a minute, and now how do I go back and bring that into my real life job and keep that balance while keeping that high level of functioning that we all do. I know in this industry we tend to work a lot of hours, and we
Yes.
tend to really invest our entire beings into what we do. And so it's how do we find that balance for them? How do we help them problem solve? For the small businesses, how are we helping them continue to bounce back and grow stronger? It's very important that we're looking at, are there ways that we can help them with contracts or with insurance or with the little things that they need to make their lives a little bit easier? The more that we can solve problems, the more that we have members and that we're benefiting people in our industry.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I'm glad you brought up insurance because, of course, our co-host, Randy Clark, is with Efficient Solutions, Health Solutions, and that's exactly what he covers for the hospitality industry. And we're going to hear from him a little bit later. But you're right. Those type of challenges can be everyday challenges, not only for their businesses, but when they're dealing with their clients or even with their family or friends. There are challenges and struggles. And when you got an organization like NACE that comes together and to talk about those things, that's pretty powerful.
Mm-hmm. It
right?
is. And yeah. I'm 100% in, and I of course, drank the NACE Kool-Aid a long time ago, but it's fun to see others do the same thing and continue to help each other grow.
Right. Well, we're very proud of you being the president, especially representing our state, Arizona. What are some of the goals that you, as a president that is in this position with the board, is there anything in particular that is going on that you're trying to improve or establish for the members of NACE?
Right now, our focus is really on growing our chapters and helping them thrive. We have a lot of new chapters that want to go into formation, and how do we make them successful? And it's really about the support and the networking. For me, it's a very thankless, it's this very selfless association. We just want to continue to give and give and give. Working with our student chapters, students are, the next generation coming through. So really focusing on how are we helping our students as well when they've had some bumps going through. Again, I hate to go back to it, but the pandemic, they've had some bumps coming through, and what are they looking at hospitality, and how are they focused on it, and how do we help them see that this is an amazing industry that they should still be a part of.
And it is amazing. I mean, if anybody wanted to get into catering and events, there's got to be a chapter almost in every state that somebody can look up and attend and kind of check this out, because I think if you're a people person and if you love creativity, you definitely want to join NACE. So there's got to be a chapter pretty much in every state. Is that, how many chapters are there?
We're close. We have about 42 chapters.
Okay.
I think Texas probably has our most chapters. So
okay.
We have, the Dallas, the Houston, the San Antonio, Austin, Bryant College Station is one of our new chapters. So we're very well represented in Texas, and from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast. I don't want to say we're in every state, but we're striving to get in every state because I think it's so important.
Right. So if anybody's viewing this show today and has a friend or a niece or a nephew or anyone that's interested in this type of business, which I don't see why not, then all they have to do is look up a local chapter and go check it out then.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
that's what it sounds like. Well, also, it seems like when you were talking about the pandemic, a lot of things, as we know, stopped, and including one very important area for most people, and that's weddings. You know, a lot of weddings had to be canceled from what we've heard. But according to Zippa, Zippia, that released last week about the market size of the wedding industry by revenue in the US is actually 70.3 billion as of this year 2023. They said the average cost of a wedding in the United States is $29,195. That was as of last year. And then there are over 2 million weddings in the US in 2022, but that's about 6,000 weddings per day. And 63% of the engaged couples had to postpone their weddings in 2020 due to the pandemic, of course. But there are expected to be 2.2 million more weddings in the US this year. I mean, that is amazing because I think it's because they were canceled. They've been pushed into this year. Is this the trend you're seeing? Is this the environment you're seeing?
Oh, love is out there. Everyone wants love, and I love it. Um, Weddings are definitely growing. I think it was the first market to come back for us, for sure, was weddings. We did move a lot of weddings from 2020 into 21, 22. So I think that pushed some couples a little bit further out because they were struggling to find dates because you had to relocate all those 2020 brides and grooms, and then that just kind of snowballed a little bit to push them back to moving forward. So we are definitely seeing no slowdown in weddings here at Hotel Valley Hill. We are busier than ever, which is wonderful, and just seeing a wedding come to fruition is
Yeah.
so fun.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Now, I would imagine, speaking of trends, what are some of the future trends or are the trends that you're seeing right now that are not just so much the traditional type of weddings? Are you finding a lot of different creativity, not only within your, department at Hotel Valley Ho, but maybe the clients? Are they coming up with some new ideas, new ways of how they want to get married? Well, what are you seeing as a trend in that area?
The energy in weddings is so fun right now, and I love how it keeps us creatively on our toes. They definitely are looking at what is going to represent the couple. I'm seeing that more and more. It's not about what is a traditional wedding, it's more about what feels good to the bride and groom, what represents the bride and groom, what's going to show their love for each other and really encompass their family and friends into that celebration. We see a lot of ceremonies where they just want to do a circle all the way around and the couple's in the middle, just creating something different than everyone coming in and sitting down and facing a wedding. So we love seeing that. Seeing a lot of no more favors, but more what can you do? A couple has a favorite charity, or a couple has a cause that they're really passionate about. It's more about how can you be a part of their life and what they're doing, and keep that moving forward. So we have a lot of fun with weddings here, and I love the creativity from the
Oh, I
brides.
bet you do. I bet you do. I mean, I've read some very unique and fun. I mean, I've seen somebody really get married under in the ocean, underwater, with the scuba tank. I've seen weddings where they have, definitely embrace their animals to be like the ring bearer. I mean, I've seen all kinds of different types of creativity out there, and that's got to make it really fun for what you do because it sounds like more people are willing to take risks and try something new. And I would imagine that's really important because if they're on a tight budget, why not make up for it by doing something different and creative to where the budgeting doesn't have to be affected?
Oh, definitely. Budget is such a main factor for weddings. It's such a personal investment into what they're doing. And you as us as event planners really have to sit with them and say, what are your top three most important things about your wedding day? What is it that's going to make you feel the best? And then how do we as planners make those top three things happen? And then we can let the other things kind of fall into place. And really telling them, listen, it's your wedding day. You're here to celebrate love and be with your family and friends. If there's a baby thing that doesn't go quite the way you anticipated it, nobody else knows about that. It's going to be okay. So just really helping the couples feel calm, have fun, and realize that the day is about love and celebrating their love for each other and not anything else.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I admire what you do because I think I would be afraid of the bridezilla of the world to have to deal with. So I totally bow down to what you do because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of responsibility to have to make this dream come true that especially a bride has been waiting for since they were a little girl, and that's a big responsibility, I believe. But if anybody can pull it off, I know you can with your creativity. There's no doubt. But gosh, if anybody wants a wedding, Hotel Valley Ho is the place to go because it is a very unique venue too, with a lot of different options, I would imagine.
Oh, it is definitely. Our rooftop terrace is simply stunning
Oh,
over Camelback Mountain. And then we have a really cool Sands building that used to be a Trader Vic's restaurant. So we converted that into meeting space. So it's not your typical ballroom, which I love because, a ballroom is a ballroom is a ballroom. But
yeah,
if you
yeah.
create that uniqueness, it's just fun.
Right. Well, we invite all our viewers today, if you have some unique ideas for any weddings that you've seen or that you've experienced or thought of, put it in the comments. I'm sure Amber and even myself would love to read what everybody's been doing. So please, yeah, comment anybody. We'd love to see what everybody's been doing out there. Now, recently, you just spoke at the NACE chapter in Arizona. And as president, I would imagine you do go around to a lot of the chapters to represent NACE. And here in Arizona, I took special interest in this presentation that you spoke about because it's about the perfect meeting. How did this meeting come about, and what is a perfect meeting?
Oh, the elusive perfect meeting. I have to give a lot of credit this to Dawn Peterson. She's one of my besties in the industry, and she's been wanting to do this meeting for such a long time. And what it was is we're going to title this a perfect meeting, but we're going to make it so imperfect that everyone's going to walk in going, "What is that? Okay? What just happened over there? Is the staff all right?" There's so many facets to a meeting or an event that we had signage spelled wrong. We had our bathrooms were a little bit messy. We had the staff not carrying napkins with their tray passed. We had one set of tongs on our buffet charcuterie board. We just really went out of our way. We had furniture facing the wrong way. Linens weren't put on right. Chairs were a little bit off center. And it was fun to watch everybody come in. One of my good friends in the industry came to me right away and was like, "Your bathroom needs a little help." And I said, "Oh yeah, I know." But we just had so much fun with it because it was fun to see who noticed what and who didn't notice anything and just kind of came in and had a good time and thought, well, maybe this is how it is. But it really took the presentation of it was all about how do we not be in our silos? How do we really look at an event as a whole? That one person who came in and looked, she wiped down all the tables, she wiped down the mirrors, like she did everything she could to make the room look a little bit better. And that's what we want from our event professionals. We really want to show that we're all in this together. A photographer, if they see a linen off, they're going to straighten it a little bit. A florist, if they're seeing that the chairs are a little bit crooked, they're going to straighten them out a little bit. And how do we work together to make sure that we are creating the perfect experience for our clients? Because
Right.
that's what creates repeat clients. That's what creates happy guests. And we tackled the dreaded AV too. That gives chills down my spine because I don't know a lot about AV. So it was just a lot of fun to do this meeting.
Well, yeah. I mean, I hope the photographer got people's expressions when they first walked in because when we do walk into a meeting room, you're right. We walk in going, this has to look perfect to be perfect. But if they walk in when there's chairs turned the other direction, and so people actually took it upon themselves to try to correct and fix the chair and things like that. Oh my
Yep,
gosh.
it was
That is
wonderful.
such a classic. I love that. That had to have been really fun to watch. And you're right. It does take a village for us. We're all one powerful voice, which is what GMID is all about. And that includes when they see something that needs to be corrected for the client or the even attendees, participants at meetings, then why not take it upon yourself for that responsibility? What a great concept of a
It's so
meeting.
fun. So
I
fun.
love it. I love it. Well, is there any other crazy or outside the box type of events that you have experienced? I would imagine there's been some that I know. For one, I used to belong to what was called Milo, Meetings Industry Ladies Organization, for about 14 years, and it was a golf group of meeting planners and suppliers. And I remember going to the San Diego Convention Center for the dinner, and they had a buffet, and on top of the buffet, this was in San Diego, they had a merman in a shell, and he had the tail, because this was a group of women, right? And women were crawling up on the buffet to get a picture with the merman. That will always stay in my memory because it was just so much fun. And I was just curious, what have you experienced out there that was outside the box?
It's the interactive performers that I truly love, and I agree with you that creating that photo, I call it the Instagrammable moment,
Yeah,
is
right.
is really something that we strive for. And I've seen floating buffets before where they've done rigging to like float a table above, and the walls where the hands come through and they're serving wine, I think is a lot of fun. I just love the entertainers part of it, having the person pouring champagne hanging upside down
Yeah.
from the racks. I love seeing that stuff. It's just really fun.
That would be fun. So they're upside down serving.
Yeah. So they're hanging upside down. They're holding a champagne bottle and just pouring into the. That's talent right there.
That's talent. That is definitely. I would love to see that. Definitely. Well, is there anything that's going to be new for Amber Allen? I mean, this is a big position that you have with NACE and takes up a lot of time and effort, I would imagine. Is there anything else that you would want to do in this industry? It seems like you work at a great hotel. You have a great position with NACE. You've been involved with many other chapters. Is there anything else on your plate that you would like to dab into?
Oh, I feel like tackling this right now is my bandwidth. No, I love Hotel Valley Ho. I cannot imagine working anywhere else. We have the best owners. We have the most supportive staff here, and we
Oh,
truly are a family here.
that's important.
I've worked at many hotels, and I feel lucky, very, very lucky to work at this place. But for me, it's all about how am I helping the next generation and working with students. We have a student chapter from NAU, and I think that,
Oh,
they are definitely our future.
yes.
How are we supporting them and helping them and mentoring them? And I think that for me, that's probably the next path that I'm going to take after I
Oh.
get through the presidency side of it, is to really start focusing more on the next generation.
And that's important, I would imagine, because, the generations, they have options to choose from. They can go into the medical field, the technology field. I mean, they can go into merchandising. They can go into so many different industries. And I think it's really important for us to, gravitate to them and show them how the hospitality industry works, and get them to come into our field, because we are a very large industry. So, congratulations on wanting to focus in that area. Our generation is extremely important.
It really is. And and to be truthful with them as well, it's not just throwing parties and having a great time like some people think. Oh, we just party all the time.
Right.
No, that's what we
Yeah.
look like. We're like the duck sitting on the water and our feet underneath. They're like, ah, we got
Well,
this.
I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, because they need to know it's hard. They need to know there's long hours, but like you said, there's a lot of rewards, like having a mint on your pillow or a key to the mini bar. But if we still have mini bars, but it is a lot of work. But it's so gravitating. The relationships that you can build are and so many variety of job positions in the industry. It's multiple positions. If you're not happy in one, go try another. And either way, you're going to end up meeting the same relationships you met years before. So it's I agree with you on that. They definitely need to know that it's not easy.
It isn't, but it is, like you said, it's so gratifying. And when I see an event come to completion and the client is raving and beyond happy and they just can't speak highly enough, it's like,
So fun.
okay, I did that. Like
I
that
did that.
was
I did
amazing.
that.
I did that. So, or I should say we did
We
that.
did that.
You take a little personal ownership of
Yeah,
our clients too, but
absolutely.
it is so fun.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is great. That is great. Well, I know our viewers would not only like to comment on this conversation with you as well, but I'm sure they'd like to contact you because we could talk to you all day. But we have your information below on how they can contact you. But is there any other way that they can reach out to you?
Oh, feel free to email anytime. I'm pretty quick at responding to emails, so I'll try to get back to you as fast as I can. But reach out.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we know how busy your department is, I tell you. And being in sales in my day, it was all about book the dream. And we always said your department always, worked the nightmare. But at the same time, I think your department is so much more gratifying. Just got to keep us salespeople straightened. That's all.
Oh, I love that. We would say that all the time, but it's the fun challenges that
Yeah.
keeps it fresh and keeps it exciting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, this has been such a delight. Thank you so much, Amber. And again, congratulations on all your accomplishments. I'm going to continue to follow you because I know you're going to be the one to watch in this industry. So I look forward to it. And I'll stop by to say hello at the beautiful Hotel Valley Ho.
Please. Thank you so much, Deborah. It's been so much fun today.
You bet. Thank you.
Bye.
Well, there you go. We just met a brilliant and beautiful leader in the hospitality industry, Amber Allen. And I know you're going to want to contact her as well and talk about the industry if you're not already in it. I know she would be a great person to talk to as well. So I'm just thrilled that we were able to actually finish off this day, GMID 23, with Amber Allen at the beautiful Hotel Valley Ho and as president of NACE, which is a fabulous organization as well. So now to kind of top off the day, I'd like to bring in my co-host, which is Randy Clark. Let's do a recap of the conversation you just heard.
Great conversation. Amber is the perfect person to conclude our GMID 2023. She is the party planner, and she's planned that party. But she talked about continuing education. She talked about how it's so important. We're in an industry full of passionate people, and also that passion there with the continuing education. Also, it's professionally and personally. And she talked about how she reaches out to different chapters for education, for ideas to bounce off each other. And this is a great industry for that.
Yeah, and she even talked about, I loved what her statement was. It was knowledge is power. I mean, how can you argue with that? And with her certification, her positions that she's in, she proved that, flat out proved that.
Those conference service managers, they're the hardest working, the catering managers, event managers, hardest working people in the hotels, resorts, at the events, because they are servicing the nightmare that you were promising back in the day. No, just kidding.
I know, right? Oh my gosh. I felt so bad, the things I would promise and they would have to deliver. Oh, what would they, how'd they put up with me?
BEO changes at the last minute. They're dealing with rain calls.
A lot of multitasking.
Brides, the passionate and creative chefs who, they with those changes and things. So it's really important. And basically that kind of summarizes our industry too. It's full of passionate people who just want to, all around the world, who want to make our industry and their experience better for everyone once we meet the person and move on. So
yeah. And what else? What other tips did you take from her?
Well, I like I liked hearing about the different kinds of the hotels, but mostly it's all about the passion, the commitment to excellence with her certifications. As we grow, as the younger people grow, and older people too grow in our industry, it's so important to be a professional at your craft, get those certifications, learn from each other's, be a mentor, be a mentee, and make yourself better at this industry. Because as we learned throughout the day, it's all about collaboration. It's all about experiences, creating experiences, and making this world a better place.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. Well, I can't thank you enough for a fabulous day. And of course, I've had my wonderful Efficient Health Solutions cup with me the entire time, because we had to have coffee in the morning and tea in the afternoon, and now we'll probably have to go fill it with some wine, because this was definitely a rewarding day. Hard work, but a great rewarding day to celebrate GMID 23.
What you do all day, have done all day, is amazing. It's a lot of work, and you just smiled all day. It just kept the questions coming, and it was so smooth. Great job.
How can we not? We had such great leaders join. And of course, this is the third year we've been doing this. And of course, we look forward to GMID 24. It just gets better and better. So thank you for being a fabulous co-host. And we look forward to having people reach out to you, because like Amber said, health insurance in general is very important. And there's so many people that can utilize your services. I know I enjoy it. Like we talked with Doug Chapman earlier. Gosh, I'm enjoying the insurance that you provide. So I'm a testament to that.
I'm happy to help. And the biggest thing to remember too, for people out there, you don't have to wait till open enrollment in October through December. I have products that I can help you with throughout the year. Whether you have pre-existing conditions, if you're healthy, there is a product out there for everyone, and it's going to be the most affordable and effective product out there. So.
Well, we're very lucky to have you with the hospitality background that you have to understand our needs, even though you service other industries and anyone around the United States. I just love the fact that you understand what we need, because you've worked for many years with this hospitality background that we all enjoy.
I was listening to Amber's events and your merman experience. I recently, it was a couple of years ago, I was at a hotel for a wedding. They had 90,000 roses in the ballroom. Oh. Can you imagine?
Wow. That I would love to see. That seems very, very beautiful. That was what was important to them.
It was.
That's true. Very true. Well, this has been a delight. And again, thank you so much for joining me and everyone out there viewing this. We're just going to, keep the recordings from this show today. So if you'd like to see it on Hospitality Today Live YouTube channel. And of course, if you want to contact any of the top leaders from the day, or Randy or myself, please do so. We are definitely available to discuss even more about the industry with you and what was here, talked about here all day long.
Wasn't it great how they were also open to have people contact them, no matter what, right? To help each other. Again, collaboration, whether it was Jonathan McHugh in the entertainment industry or anyone else. It's just, and
everyone wore blue. Everybody wore blue. So they follow, the leaders follow instructions really well. Well, this has been a delight, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us all day here. And again, if you'd like to see the recordings, they will be on our YouTube channel at Hospitality Today Live, but pay attention. We've got other announcements for other special editions coming up. And again, definitely contact Randy Clark with Efficient Health Solutions. He'll even get you a cup like I got one too, for being a great client. So
I'll get you a cup.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you everyone for joining us. This has been a great day. And so we just want to say happy GMID 23, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.